Ah. Where are we? I don't even remember.
You were in contact with Sin again. The toxin. Are you
No. I can't even remember where I am.
A swift retreat. Satisfied?
What do you mean?
Those who turned from Yevon died, while the faithful live on.
Oh.
The past 10 years have changed you, I see.
A lot going on between those two. Hey, Angie. Hey, Bjork. How's it going?
You do not look so well. But now, more than ever, you must be the people's strength. Their confidence.
I'm pretty sure Seymour has an ASMR YouTube channel.
Anyone else
He talks
would be
like this.
expected to show their sorrow.
Anyone else would be expected.
But you are a summoner.
Want to hear something
You
funny?
are
Of course.
Spira's hope. Until sin is defeated, you must not relent. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. I understand.
I understand.
Are you afraid?
Yes, I just shit my Sorry.
Yuna, take me as your pillar of strength.
Can I get in trouble for drinking
Yuna
bangs
Lesko
on stream? I
Lord
probably
Zeon.
shouldn't support a single brand, should I? Maybe I should pour it into a cup. Maybe I should stop
Until
drinking
next
energy
time we
drinks
meet.
and destroying my heart.
Farewell.
But that's never going to happen. Ah. Save it up. Where to next? A little treasure action.
Rest while you can.
Sin is Jekt.
Yeah. For a while there, I thought I could feel him.
His dad
That
is
doesn't mean I
Sin.
believe you.
What does
Sin
this
is
mean?
Jekt. He came here for you.
So he killed all those people just for a chance to see me?
Gotta make you
That's
feel
what
good.
Sin does. He wanted to show that to you. Do you know why?
How am I supposed to know?
So you would kill him. As long as he is Sin, Jekt will keep killing. He wants you to stop him.
You gotta be kidding. How do you know all of this anyway? I'm not done talking to you. Don't you run away.
You're the one running.
Ooh. My Hinge bio says I like dinos, space, wrestling. The commas are important. I thought you said space wrestling at first. I mean, space wrestling. Gaming, anime, and want to destroy this capitalist hellscape. A man messaged me and said capitalism gave us all that. Capitalism gave us space. I can't. Yeah, I don't know what's more ridiculous. The idea that capitalism gave us wrestling, which was invented in ancient Greece and was practiced by Greco-Roman societies well before capitalism ever existed. Or the idea that capitalism gave us space. Both of those are pretty ridiculous. The space race and wrestling were both dominated by the Soviet Union for the entire last century. So just really nonsensical stuff all around. The level of political consciousness in America is something else. Capitalism gave us space, baby. The only kind of wrestling that capitalism gave us is the like WWE, like fake, super dramatized, stylized wrestling, where Vince McMahon and the owners are exploiting all the wrestlers,
Hey, you two. Hurry up.
and the wrestlers are getting overworked, their
She's
bodies are
awfully
getting destroyed, and not only by the wear and tear they put on it, but by the gear that they take, the steroids they take, and pain medications that
In
they
dark
take.
times, she
The
must
company
be.
doesn't take care of
She
them.
must shine bright.
That's capitalist
Huh?
wrestling. Ooh, Kimari, talk
Now
to
are
us.
dark times. Yuna tries hard.
Oh.
We should help her then.
If we worry, she tries harder. Do not frown.
Kimari's legs are huge. He does not
Don't
skip
worry,
leg
be
day.
happy.
I wonder what he puts up on squat.
Kimari try too.
Smile,
Don't
let me
worry,
see.
Be happy now. I guess they got Bobby McFerrin in this universe.
Sad.
So I heard from Noah in Discord that Midwestern Marx is launching an online class series. Where do we sign up? I don't know. I know that's been a long-term plan for Midwestern Marx. I did not know that was something we're launching. I don't know how Noah's going to do that while also working 8 hours a day and doing everything that he does now, but join the Discord and you'll find out right alongside me. I'm down to teach some classes. I've been a little bit out of the loop with Carlos and Noah, and that's the reason I'm doing just because I've been busy with wrestling, getting ready for this upcoming tournament. And that's the reason I'm doing a gaming stream now instead of a regular one, because I have to leave in 45 minutes to go wrestle and lose more weight. It's okay. I've only run 6 miles today already. I was hoping to work out again. Yeah, I'd argue that because WWE wouldn't exist without the forms of ancient wrestling currently. Yeah, there's the Dan Gable Wrestling Museum. Actually, my former coach's dad is like the curator of the museum now. But that's in Iowa. And yeah, they tell the story of how professional wrestling morphed out of amateur wrestling. And at one point, I mean, in Japan, there was a little bit of a different historical development of wrestling and catch wrestling. But at one point, it was like a mixture. Like they had the big, WWE wrestling ring, but there was like actual wrestling going on, actual skills. And then eventually it split between pro and amateur wrestling in the U.S. But in Japan, what they called catch wrestling continued for a long time. It was just like basically that WWE, but they were still using skills and still actually wrestling, and still it wasn't just a show. It wasn't like they were just acting. And then eventually that kind of got sucked in by MMA or absorbed by mixed martial arts, which is interesting. But yeah, the historical materialist development of wrestling, I guess. But capitalism gave it to us, along with space. So thank you, capitalism, for helping me run 6 miles earlier today. Couldn't have done it without you. I wonder if, what are these people who think capitalism created everything? What do they even define capitalism as? There's always people who say, too, industrialization has raised the standard of living, and therefore capitalism has raised the standard of living. Why are you conflating industrialization with capitalism? Capitalism has been deindustrializing the imperial core for the last 40 years of neoliberalism, at least. The main industrial power right now is China, who's doing the Belt and Road Initiative to industrialize the global south, who the Western countries, the capitalist countries, have prevented from industrializing. The more socialism and the less capitalism that you have at this stage of neoliberalism, the more industrialization that you have. Capitalism is a fetter to industrialization at this stage of productive development. But nobody wants to have that conversation if they're trying to say that capitalism gave us everything. They just want to conflate everything that exists currently with capitalism, including things like wrestling and space that existed well before capitalism. America. Sometimes I think that movie Idiocracy, you know what I'm talking about? sometimes I'm like, that movie was kind of like spot on. Like, I don't want to lose hope in this country, you know? Like, I totally believe we're going to achieve socialism in this country, and we're raising the political consciousness of the workers every day through streams like this. But then also someone comes up and says, you know, capitalism invented space, you know? And then it's just like, well, now I lose all hope because that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And just don't think that humanity can have anything good so long as people really believe capitalism invented space. So that's my plight. I should save again. Since I just did all that, should probably equip new weapons too. Whatever. Also, Eddie, I can add audit bots and advertise the Midwestern Mark servers on Discord without admin. So if y'all don't update mods to admin, then you'll have to do it yourself. Because I think you're the only one who can do it, Ella. Okay, I can give you that privilege. Or I can talk to Fernando and figure it out. So if you don't know, Red Chilean or Fernando, he's like the main guy who's helping us out with the Discord, who's communicating with us every day about it. Especially while I'm busy with this wrestling thing and have limited time. So if you have anything like that, like where you need permissions, either message me on Discord, like shoot me a personal message on Discord, or you can message him and he'll get it to me eventually. But I'll try and remember that after this stream, but if you, like I said, if you message me on Discord, then I'll definitely remember it. I should probably turn Orin not into stone anymore. And kill these things. Things have a lot of health, don't they? Just taking a while to take down. Oh, I gotta turn fast speed on. Steal a skill from this guy. Ooh, I did. Blue magic, baby. Dead yet? Come on. Oh my gosh, now if he turns Titus to stone, we lose. Finally. Alright, let me message you privately. Yeah, there you go. They just equate capitalism to the innovation of workers every time. Or like, literally, they'll equate things like industrialization, which right now is everyone knows is being driven by socialism and Belt and Road Initiative. They'll say industrialization shows the development of capitalism. Like, so the USSR and China industrialized so much better than the capitalist nations. When the Industrial Revolution was kicking off, the European and American markets, the earliest markets, were dependent on the Southern cotton market, on Southern slavery. That essentially propped up their development. It was based on horrible exploitation, the forcing of peasants off the land and into the cities as their land was seized and turned into private property, capitalist land. So the idea that capitalism industrialized so much better than socialism is just absurd, especially nowadays, especially after we have multiple socialist experiments that have industrialized well better than far quicker and more efficiently than capitalism did. And when the main driver of industrialization is China, and when the main fetter on industrialization is capitalist imperialism. And this shouldn't even, this stuff is obvious if you're paying attention to the world. But alas, most people aren't, and most people think capitalism gave us space. I'm just going to keep saying that because I think it's really funny that someone really thinks that capitalism invented space. Did you give that person crap, Angie? Did you ask them, like, yo, Do you realize what you just said? Do you realize, like you just said, capitalism invented space? We actually published an article a while back about like capital's expansion into space and what that would look like. Because I mean, as soon as Trump did the Space Force a while back and was fighting China over rights to mine the moon. But it makes sense, like, if you look at the concept of export capital and Lenin's imperialism, it's once the capitalists can't, once they dominate the home markets, the domestic markets, they go abroad and they export capital abroad and try and super exploit other countries. So why wouldn't they export capital to the moon? If they have the ability to mine the moon, why not? And then, since we're in the imperialist stage of capitalism, why would there not be a space force? You know, so the U.S. can bomb anybody who tries to mine the moon harder than us. That's how capitalism works. You need export capital, and then you need some kind of military force to bomb anybody who tries to take it from you. It's the most rational system, trust me. It invented space. Oh, monk man. Thank you for the high potion. I don't know if I want to summon yet. Actually, let's put Lulu in for now. See what... I wish we had scan. So we could scan these things. I made a shrine on my desk yesterday with a golden bust of Stalin, 2 red flags, and a large red hammer and sickle above it on my wall. Looks sick. That's awesome. It sounds like a great way to spend your time at work, too. Like it. Have you seen Fred Umepe, president of the Socialist Party of Zambia, explains the debt crisis in Zambia and the brutal austerity measures imposed by the IMF loan austerity, dispelling... Yeah, is that the guy who put the German leader, foreign ambassador, or whatever in his place? Where he's like, you are treating us like children because the German ambassador and the U.S. have been telling them, like, you know, China's debt trapping you. You don't know what you're doing. He's like, you think we're children? You think we don't know what we're doing? He's like, you don't think we're aware that the IMF and the World Bank have been trapping us in debt so they can exploit us for the past however many years, and that China is not doing that? You don't think we know how to conduct our own affairs? You want to treat us like kids? Oh, these African countries don't know what they're doing. They think they want these developmental loans that build equity, that build actual productive infrastructure and industry, which, like I was saying earlier, everyone acknowledges is what brings people out of poverty, is industrial development, which is what imperialism, the IMF, and the World Bank have been preventing in the global South for so many years. Giving these high interest rate loans that trap countries in debt rather than what China's doing, which is low interest rate equity loans. Equity meaning they're setting up capital industry that will make money for these countries for years to come, for countries like Zambia for years to come. The U.S. is telling countries like Zambia, no, you just don't get it. You're just getting tricked by the Chinese. So it's also racism to justify the U.S.'s capital interests. Like this idea that the Chinese in the East are just deceiving everyone to try and take over the world. And then these African countries, Latin American countries are just so stupid and easily tricked like children that they're deciding to side with the big bad China instead of the virtuous and freedom-giving World Bank, IMF, and U.S. Goldman Sachs. Who there was just an article published that said Goldman Sachs was lying about their connections to Epstein, by the way, and that they had hardcore connections to Epstein that they were lying about. So that's nice. Gotta love it. Gotta love how we just found out that the most powerful people in our country are pedophiles. And when they caught the main pedophile guy, he got killed. And everybody knows that he didn't kill himself, but Whoever killed him was never held accountable. Gotta love it. Gotta love living in a country run by pedophiles and the military-industrial complex, huh? At least we got Final Fantasy. What time is it? Can't miss wrestling. We're good. We got time. We have time to defeat sin. There's always time to defeat sin. Doink. Stalin's the best with those little guys. Waka's the best with the flyers. Oren's the best with the ones who have armor, heavy armor. Just so you know. Gotta start using Waka's move that sucks ability spheres out of people. So I keep running out of ability spheres and it halts my sphere grid movement. Should I ping the Discord for your gaming streams? Yeah, that's a good idea, Papa Squats. Sorry, I forgot to do that. You don't need to, I mean, you can do whatever you want to let people know. There's a channel I know for just letting people know when I'm streaming. You can put it in general, though, too. I don't know. Eddie, please, I would never match with people like this. My favorite part of it is that he's trying to pick up a girl and completely cheating on everything I believe in within the process. Yes. Gotta love that arrogance. You should be honored that he's hitting on you, Angie. Just kidding. I can't even say that. That's how some guys think. Some guys are delusional. And then a lot of them nowadays are taking Tren and SARMs and these freaking steroids because they go to the gym once and they're not big and they're like, oh, I gotta get big and impress girls. And then they start taking testosterone and they become psychotic. That's just a personal grievance. When you're on fitness TikTok a lot, you see all sorts of like kids doing SARMs and stuff. What the hell? It messes up your personality so bad. The West constantly infantilizes periphery countries. By the way, off topic, Hassan was recently on the King's podcast. The deprogram was fairly interesting. I listened to it. Excuse me. So did Carlos, actually. I know. If you're not across that podcast, I highly recommend it. Oh, yeah, I was listening to it on my run today. They were interviewing some guy who does these TikTok sketches that are amazing. It was just listening to him talk was getting me inspired to do sketches again, which I forgot to do because I fell asleep after my run. I was literally just like dead. Like I could not keep my eyes open. I just needed a nap.
Hey, how much longer till Xanarkin?
But this guy does amazing sketch comedy,
First, down the
educational
main flow
videos
to the
on
Guado city
TikTok.
of Guadosalam. Then we crossed
Revolutionary
the Thunder Plains
videos.
to the Temple of Makalania.
Oh,
The Makalania
boy.
Temple.
And before that, we get to pray at the temple in Djose.
Djose.
We
Djose,
can't just skip all that, can we? Huh?
Probably not, Stalin.
I have to pray to the faith in every temple in order to earn the final Aeon.
The only reason
That's
some
what
of these are
summoners
awkward
training.
is because they were in
Gotta prepare
Japanese
mind and
originally.
body, all just to get ready for the final summoning.
Like that would be difficult for a
Must be
voice
tough,
actor
Yuna.
to fit English words to
I'll be
Japanese mouth
fine
movements.
with you here.
Oh, they're in love. Kiss. In this game, you don't get an airship forever. This is like
Hey,
Me?
might be the
Who else?
latest that you get an
What can I
airship
do
in
for
any
you,
Final
boss?
Fantasy game.
don't tell Yuna you know about Sin and Jekt.
Huh?
You know her. She would distance herself from you. We do not want that.
I see. I think. Yeah, but even if I did say something, no one believed me, you know?
Yuna would.
Ah, you have a point.
Hey,
Come
where?
to think of it, Did I really have to know about Jekt? What about my feelings?
Better than you finding out at a critical moment, becoming emotional.
What? Me? Emotional?
You just ran after the giant whale and tried to punch it to death.
Baby.
Yeah, maybe when I was a kid.
What's the Marxist
Maybe
analysis
even
of
a
Final
little now.
Fantasy? It's
Just a little.
a lot of the games
Hey,
are
I
anti-capitalist.
still don't buy your story, you hear?
Almost all of them are anti-imperialist. This one's less anti-imperialist than the others. Like, honestly, the more I was thinking about it, this one did not, for a Marxist podcast, or a Marxist Let's Play series, this game does not have the most Marxist stuff in it out of any Final Fantasy game. Because there are all these games where you're fighting an evil empire and you're trying to get self-determination and sovereignty for the people you're fighting for, like Final Fantasy 12 or Final Fantasy 9. They're like political dramas. So, but this game is very, very critical of religion.
You and your companions
So that's
are
my
well.
Marxist analysis of it. They're
Yourselves
very
as well,
critical
Captain.
of
We were worried. Please be
faith,
to Yevon.
religion, dogmatic thinking.
We escaped
There's a
with
lot
our
of
lives, but our troops
commentary
were
about
decimated.
racism
Of all our
with the
chocobos,
All-Bed
only this one made it.
and
We
racial
make pretty poor
trauma.
chocobo mounted forces.
So there's a
without
lot of stuff there
chocobos.
still. A lot of
We
stuff,
turned
criticism
our
of the
backs on
church,
teachings and cast away our faith.
feudalism.
This is
Every
our
Final
just
Fantasy game
reward.
has some critiques of feudalism, honestly. I'm contemplating posting again on TikTok. I've changed jobs now. I'm still in my probation period, so just a bit nervous. Yeah, you got to be careful. I'm
So many.
99% sure that was part of the reason
Just
I
so you
lost
know.
my last job, was the
We
people
should.
emailing in and requesting I get fired, because I got fired for technically the termination report said I got fired for something someone else did. And when it said, under the parts where it said the things that I did wrong, it said not available. N/A. I'm like, I think they just wanted to get rid of me. You got to be careful. But Angie, let's work together. My plan for online education going forward is communicate, collaborate,
Djose temple?
cooperate. I've been working with video editors, been working with sound editors, been working with graphic designers, things like that. People who don't have the skills that I have. I want to collaborate as much as possible with online education and organizing, because that's how we're going to continue to build, continue to grow, and like I said, find people who have the skills that we don't, which is what we need to combine all our skills to act truly as a collective.
Awesome.
Long story short, if you want to work together on content or have me boost any of your stuff, let me know. This is cool. I didn't expect Eddie to be a
The
Final
lightning
Fantasy guy.
mushroom
Oh
rod.
yeah,
It only
time.
opens when a summoner is addressing
all
the
the
faith.
Final Fantasy games.
That means another summoner's already in there.
James Raywald 15. Yeah, that guy. He's
Another
awesome.
summoner?
What if it's Donna?
We have to hurry.
Final
Right.
Fantasy 7
Here we
is the
go.
only one that's really anti-capitalist. Shinra's much like a corporation. Yeah, I mean the other ones are more anti-feudalism. Like I said, they mostly take place in a medieval setting, so it's a different mode of production. But like 12 is a political drama about an empire that takes over warring empires, and this country that's caught in between. So there is a lot of like anti-imperialist stuff, but 7 is the first one that takes place like in the future, like in like a capitalist-esque world. So it probably is more anti-capitalist than the others just by product of that. Which one's better? We're about to go to the Cloister of Trials. Let me see if I have enough time. I probably got enough time. I gotta take this thing off though. I'm getting hot. And not just in my looks. Ha! That was bad. I'm ending the stream now. forever because of that. I need some softs. Getting turned into stone in that last go around. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. How unprofessional of me. You should check out the Star Ocean series. Really? Is that anti-capitalist? That would be cool. I heard they're remaking, I don't know if this has anything to do with that series, but I hear they're remaking Skies of Arcadia. I would play that. Have you tried the series Attack on Titan? Yeah, I've watched like the first 3 seasons. I love that
The monk
show.
said we could
It's
stay
so
here for a
good.
while.
I hear I need to finish it though.
I've been thinking
'cause it
about
gets
the
crazy.
future.
And has to do with like
I
Nazi
would pray
Germany
for-
also.
But how?
I'll check it out eventually. 4,000 gil. Geez, now I need to save for a third time. That's a lot of gil. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way through the Cloister trial today. FF7 is great. The remake is based too, is it? Yeah, I was thinking about playing FF7 for this walkthrough, but I'm like, I got to save it for later. I've beaten it too recently. Communicate, collaborate, communism, definitely. I beat it recently, and I did and I've done with this game too, but it was a long time ago. Beat it and did all the extra stuff. I got all the
So
extra
you're a
summons,
champion
fought
of
all the optional bosses, got everyone to level 99. It's fun, but I'm a little bit burnt out on the game now.
I beg your pardon.
Versus this,
Can
I
I
haven't
ask
done
your
that for
name?
years, so.
I am Summoner Yuna from the Isle of Besaid.
As I thought,
What's the Star Ocean series about?
the daughter of Lord Braska. You have the look of your father.
FF7 was
My
originally based
father.
on New York City.
You
That's
knew
cool.
him?
You can kind of tell. Midgard
No,
is a lot like New
I
York
have
if
never
it was
met
like
the man.
destroyed by
My
Shinra.
apologies. I am Isaru.
Moving has
I am
renewed my
summoner,
hatred for landlords.
like
Why is
you.
that, Angie? I always
Gus.
hate landlords.
Pleased to meet you.
Hi, Pac.
And I'm Maroda.
Hi, Maroda.
I'm guarding my big brother here.
Since I was a child, I've always looked up to Lord Braska.
Summon Nebraska.
I wished I would someday become a high summoner like he was.
You want to be a high
You
summoner?
must have some of your father's talent in you. I believe you might someday defeat sin.
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry.
not really. I've only just become a summoner.
Of course, I've no intention of losing either.
Start
So
streaming again
perhaps we should
soon.
race to see who can defeat sin first.
Dang, that's a
no?
lot of stress, Angie.
Very well then. I accept your challenge.
Isaru!
Yuna, I beg your leave. Good luck to both of us.
Star Ocean isn't
Yes.
anti-capitalist. It just has a very customizable skill system that makes it fun if you like JRPGs like me. Well, hey, obviously I like JRPGs. I've played all the Final Fantasy games, most Square Enix games. So, you're talking to the right guy. People always talk about their favorite Final Fantasies, and, I like the old ones. I love 6. 6 is one of the greatest games ever made. But, my favorite old ones are 3 and 5 because of the class system. The other ones have a better story, kind of. Well, 5 story is good, but the other ones will give you a set class, or a lot of them, or give you, 6 to choose from. But in those games, you can choose between 1 million classes. I don't even know how they came up with so many. If you know anything about programming RPGs, it's hard to create viable classes that do different things and function differently, but are equally powerful and equally fun to play as, or at least somewhat equally. And those games have 40 classes, and they were made in the early 90s or late 80s even. But I'll check out Star Ocean because I'm all about it. I'm a freaking nerd, dude. The different magic systems and skill systems in these games, I love. The sphere grid is just so simple. I think of Final Fantasy X sort of is the blueprint for a PS2 RPG. Well, no. That's Dragon Quest VIII. Has anyone ever played Dragon Quest VIII? That's the blueprint. That's as basic as you can get.
From there we take the ferry.
You just got back
Our
from Killiga.
itinerary We should be climbing the slope.
Gag is at. We'll go there later. That's where Kimari's from.
Me? You are Yuna's guardian, no?
Yes, Joseph Stalin's my name.
Is
Nice
for
to
the
meet you.
curious rumor. I thought you should
Final
know.
Fantasy 1 for the GBA is not bad
I heard
either.
it
Playing
from
through that
those
now.
Crusaders.
Yeah.
Seems that summoners have been going out on pilgrimage and just
The remakes are great, and
disappearing.
you can play them on your phone.
It
Like
could
I have a
just be
Switch,
the
so I
phones
usually
got
do it on
them,
the Switch.
but not so many so quickly.
Especially with like Final Fantasy 7 and more
Sorry, I don't know
complex
more,
games, it's better
but
on the Switch than
watch
phone.
your
But
back. Ain't much
I gotta
future
play the
for
new
a
Fire
guardian
Emblem
without
game.
A summoner, eh?
Also,
What? What? What you all talking
I have
about?
one of the new Fire Emblem games. I just
We're
want to get
talking
the
about doing your
newest new
job
one.
as a
I have 3
guardian.
houses,
Hey,
but I have a
I'm
capture
doing
card,
good.
a nice one
Right,
that I
big
bought
brother?
when Midwestern Marks was doing well financially, and I wanted to start gaming streams.
Please be
I
careful.
mean, we're doing well financially now, but we were
Will
doing
do.
really well a while back when I, had a job, a real job.
What?
We're leaving.
Be
And
right there.
so I can plug my Switch into
See ya.
the streams. Like we can stream Switch or PlayStation games. Do you prefer turn-based? Yeah, I like active time battle system or like action RPGs though. I prefer turn-based to active battle system, honestly. But I won't change. Like if Final Fantasy 9 is meant to be active turn-based battles, right? Or Final Fantasy 7 as well. So I won't like change it to turn-based, like wait for your turn to come up, I'll play the game the way it was intended to be played. I don't mind, but in some of the like turn-based or the active time battle systems like Chrono Trigger are amazing. 1 sec, I just gotta make sure. I gotta text someone. Just gotta make sure I have all my ducks in a row before I go into the Cloister of Trials.
All right, Guardians, at attention.
Eddie, if you
We
get
are
World of
ready.
Warcraft with me, we can stream together.
All right.
I'm down. I just don't
Let's
want to
do
pay
it.
for it. Eddie, dude, you've taught me so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, I'm not going to cheat, but I might cheat. First, I feel like we just got to take these 2 spheres and put them in the spheres in the door. And if I'm wrong, then I'm an idiot and I'm going to use a guide. Insert sphere. All right, it's time for me to show how Marxism teaches you puzzles. Once you've read Capital Volume 2, which I was reading this morning, you can easily solve all puzzles. What do we do here? All right. This is definitely more complicated than the other things that we've done. Whoops, I should probably turn my Discord notifications off, huh? 1 sec. That's not what I wanted. Oops. That's not what I wanted either. Whatever. Hopefully no one else messages me. We got to get through this before I got to go to practice. Oink. Oh, what do we got here? All right, it looks like I'm killing it right now. Gosh, that's annoying, actually. One sec, y'all. Ignore this. Okay. Now we're Gucci. Pretend you saw nothing. Don't steal. Ogre Battle Tactics or Tactics Ogre is a good strategy game. Yeah, it is. Kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics. That's by Square too, right? Oops. Square is the only good thing capitalism ever gave us. Check admin chat on Discord when you get a chance. Yeah, I will. Just so you know, I've been insanely busy lately. I barely had time for this stream. I wanted to do an Eddie Liger Power Hour episode, but we only had time for a gaming stream. But I will check. If not, I was just telling Angie, talk to Red Chilean or Noah, and they'll speak for me or help me. I've worked 25 years now, and I've learned work is for losers. I have much more satisfaction in the public sector, I bet. Yeah, less alienation. Different type of game this, but I'd really like a new... Whoever it is needs to settle down in the Discord. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, we should put longer pauses on the Discord, like when you're allowed to say shit. Whatever. It looks like the Discord's calmed down, by the way. Your moderators have done an amazing job, so thank you for that. There was obviously a lot of work that needed to be done. No, not you. You. You get it? Here. Do any of you think that I'm doing this without a guide? I'm totally using the IGN guide right now, by the way. I don't want you to think that Marxism actually made me some kind of super genius. I just don't want to miss any of the items. Because you can get a secret item every time. And since this is a walkthrough, technically I figure I should get the secret items. Teach people how to beat the game. You dig? I'm sorry if y'all feel cheated by that. It was difficult to say the least. It was. That Discord was wild. Plus, we've been striking lately, so I'm seeing a lot of people waking up to the power of their labor. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's the power of engaging in class struggle. Is people become educated, people become hardened, people become more revolutionary. That was like the core of Che Guevara's theory. That as him and the Cuban people and the Cuban workers and Cuban peasants were engaging in revolutionary struggle, engaging in guerrilla warfare, they became more skilled at it. They became more skilled at the guerrilla warfare tactics. And that's when he wrote his book, Guerrilla Warfare. They became more knowledgeable theoretically. They got a better understanding of the system. They developed socialist collective consciousness, the willingness to fight and die and serve your fellow man rather than just your own individual interests. All that stuff was developed and built in the struggle, in any kind of class struggle. So should probably finish this puzzle here. Oops. Push it already. Titus? Stalin? Sorry. Shouldn't call him Titus. I gotta call him by his real name. Joseph Stalin. leader of the USSR, bank robber of the Bolsheviks. Stalin was so cool, y'all. If you're a socialist, how do you not like Stalin? You just got to be crazy. I'm sorry. I know there were people who were swept up in the purges who didn't deserve it, but who's to say that was all Stalin's fault? The idea that the purges were just all Stalin-led is bourgeois propaganda. He's a part of it, but I jumped. Oh. Forgot to tell you something hilarious. I joined the Haas server and they forced me to change my name because they were butthurt it was Princess of the Hazisi. Man, they were just causing a ruckus in our Discord server for a while. Marxism increased my IQ 10 points. IQ tests are kind of stupid, but same. All right. Ooh, we're gonna light this whole thing up, baby. Light it up. I know wild to me that the Andor writer used Stalin for his blueprint as a number of scenes. I've never seen that. Doctors are the people who are least alienated from your... Yeah, and doctors are also basically... Like, the way the healthcare system is structured, doctors are basically like the bourgeoisie. A lot of physicians own their own practices, and their interests are anti-worker, anti-nurse, anti-hospital worker, and anti-making the healthcare system public, because that would mean taking their practices from them and making it public. So it's kind of unalienated, but it's more like they're just petty bourgeoisie, or even bourgeois. Yeah, it's kind of sad how it works. Nurses are the most revolutionary class within healthcare right now, at least in American healthcare. Check out the Journal of American Socialist Studies too, in my historical analysis of the healthcare system, if you want to learn more about that. Yeah. Going up. All right, gotta push these bad boys. You're in UK. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously different then because you have the NHS. So, yeah, I guess UK doctors, their work is like largely unalienated, or they see less alienated. They see the benefit, and they're obviously part of a public system. So the system isn't organized for profit like the American healthcare system. It's organized to take care of the people, which is why if you tell UK citizens what American healthcare prices are like, they're stunned. They're like, what the hell? Why? You say, because people are simps to shareholders in this country. Unfortunately. What is this? A secret sphere? Where'd that come from? Let's take it. Where do we put it? We take it upstairs. Our little homemade elevator here. What time is it? Oops, that's not my elevator, is it? Where's my... Oh, no, my elevator's up here. I'm an idiot. Everybody knows that already. We don't advertise prescription drugs here. Oh, really? Yeah, we get... Have you guys seen... That's funny to me that you guys aren't used to, like, advertisements for prescription drugs, because that's, like, all we get in the U.S. And it's, like, they have to tell you the side effects, though. So usually the commercial is like 2 seconds of them telling you what the drug does or what it's supposed to help you with. And then like them reading the side effects as long as they can or as fast as they can for like 30 seconds. They're like, Benadryl helps with allergies and stuffy nose. It may also cause suicide, slitting your wrist, jumping off a bridge, hating your life, puffy face, cerebral palsy. Your hands might puff up. You're going to get stung by bees. You're going to go broke. Your wife is going to leave you. And they're just reading it as fast as they possibly can so nobody listens to all the side effects. It is funny. And that's like what people are used to in the U.S. We're just bombarded with that advertising all day long. And these companies are making so much money while our grandparents can't pay for memory care when they get dementia and Alzheimer's and things.
You should try to settle down.
It's happening to my grandparents now. My grandma gave me a birthday card recently and was like apologizing because there wasn't enough money in it. I'm like,
well,
don't apologize, Grandma. I know you're getting ripped off on memory care by the capitalist bastards, pharmaceutical company pieces of garbage.
What is it, Bartello? You know this riffraff?
Makes me so sick.
You are Aaron, no?
Doctors voted junior doctors 98% to strike. Wow.
Can I shake your hand?
Wow.
Aaron. No, Sir Aaron.
Marketization of health industry is pure evil to me, not much worse in this world. Agreed. That's why I wrote the Journal of American Socialist Studies too about that. It's the most evil thing in the world, man. It really is.
Thank you, sir.
One of
them.
them.
This means so much to me.
Calling the personal guardian of Lord Braska riffraff?
And you call yourself a summoner?
Oh, they're going in on her.
Bartello, enough. Get back here.
Hang in there, buddy. Eh?
They're roasting her. That was kind of a weird scene.
Quite the show, yeah?
Stop pacing her.
I swear, I'll...
Please, touch me with that hand and I'll remove him. How much longer? You should try to settle down.
Pick spot. Shut up. Wait.
I feel like that's not what I do. I feel like I have to trigger something. See, you all told me to shut up and wait, but that wasn't even the right thing to do. In opposition to a Corbyn, oh yeah, the new Labor. It's sad what's happened to the Labor Party in the UK deletion quarter. Just accuse Jeremy Corbyn of being an anti-Semite and then do things like push for NHS privatization. Free scum of the earth, those people are. They're almost worse than the Tories.
I'm traveling on my own.
Like that's almost worse than the Conservatives. to be a conservative
Oh,
within
is
the
that
Labor
so?
Party and attack the actual progressive elements of labor.
Standing on your own two legs for once.
Garbage. Garbage, Keir Starmer.
Your guardians won't be able to
I
protect
hate them
you
more
when
than the
time
Tories. I do
comes.
too. That's how I feel about liberals like that in the U.S. or Democrats like that who think they're better than the Republicans but are the same like pro-war party. All right. So our other summons are named Che and Sankara. So who's this guy gonna be? He looks like a thinker. Gramsci. Antonio Gramsci. Fantastic Italian Marxist who wrote most of his best works in prison. Wrote about hegemony in media and control of information. Biggest obstacle to change in this country. Yeah, because that that's why the CIA and the ruling class loves controlled opposition too. Like that's why controlled opposition is one of the most important things to them. Because if they can filter revolutionary energy into a liberal position, then that prevents any revolutionary energy from being used for revolution. So, all right, y'all, I got to end the stream here. I got to head to practice. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for making it through the Djose Temple, the Cloister of Trials. I didn't expect to make it that far, but we did. So that's hype. I might be back with an Eddie Liger Power Hour tonight. We'll see. If today after that run, I was literally dying, and I've drank like 4 glasses of water and still haven't peed because I was so dehydrated. My body's just clinging onto the water. So if I feel like that after wrestling today, I probably won't stream. But if I feel all right, I'll stream. Either way, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the gaming stream. Be sure to subscribe to the Twitch or the YouTube or whatever. Yeah, much love. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to the moderators and thanks to the people in the chat. We'll see you next time.